Hey traders, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at Moderna, ticker symbol is MRNA, and this was a high flyer back in the COVID days. As you can see, they came out IPO'd, went as high as almost $500 here, and then did this. So it's been on my radar for a while now. You can see we've come back down into this lower demand zone right here in this kind of shelf right here, which is what I've drawn here. Kind of fell through this one, but this one supported quite well. So where are we at today, and where's it going from here? Well, funny you should ask. So we're in this descending wedge, which I love for breakouts and explosive moves to the upside. These patterns are awesome. So here's what we got. We have this resistance line that if you start it from this pivot low through these pivot top highs, you get really good alignment and you get a lot of touch points. So you go there, 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 kissed it here, didn't make it up here, kissed it there, came up, hit its head, rejected, came back down, and you can see what we're doing today, right? On the bottom side, on the lower side, we have this support line to create this descending wedge. And you have this, right? You have this touch point, this touch point, this touch point. You have your overthrow here. You have really good support and touch points there. And then here's what we're kind of doing now, right? So I want to draw your attention first and foremost to the volume. So we've had some really, really good accumulation, some big volume days, kind of really starting to go back here to December 2024. But another one here. Here's one that's decent. We had a big one there. So you can see there hasn't been a lot of big red ones, but there's been some really, really big green ones. So I love seeing that, right? So that's step number one. Does the volume check out, and can you detect accumulation, right? And clear as day, I would say the answer to that's yes. Secondarily, we have somewhat of a bull flag going on, right? So we have this move up, right? And you have this consolidation right here. So you can look at it and you can frame that out a couple different ways. You could frame it out like this. You could frame it out with a descent. But either way, it's somewhat of a bull flag with bullish consolidation, right? Either way you look at it. So I'm going to take that off and we're going to look at this. So we had a breakout, but it was a weak breakout, right? In fact, it was, I don't even want to call it a breakout. It's in the form of, it's in the process of breaking out right now is the way I like to look at this. And I'm going to move this up just a tad, right? Yeah, so when you align that a little bit better with that pivot top high, we don't really have a breakout until we had this doji candle yesterday, but not a breakout, right? But today we were looking really good with this. It was up to here, but now it's fading towards the end of the day. So might not be ready yet, but we do have this consolidation in this demand zone, right? You could kind of look at it as an inverse head and shoulders a little bit. It has the look, but not really, because this, while it is lower than this, it's not really a head, right? You do have your left shoulder, kind of have a right shoulder, and then you have this. But you could look at it that way. I just look at it as one big demand zone, and if it breaks out of this, right? So if we look at it this way, this is probably the best way to honestly look at it, right? Is this zone right here. So the thing to really look for here is, do we break out of this wedge decisively? So I want to show you one other thing too, because we also had this, which will give you a little bit more confidence in this. So we had this resistance through these highs, through this high, and then look at that, right? So we first had this initial descending wedge. It broke out, and then that's where that volume came from right there. But we didn't really do much other than back test it, right? Came up, got to the top here, rejected, but it did back test that, so I like that. So that's valid. Obviously, that breakout's valid. And what's interesting there is we haven't hit target yet. And target on that would be from the right there. Look, right. So let's pull this over. So target on that is about $42, right? So we never not even got close to it. So on that breakout of that descending wedge, target's $42. So just keep that in mind. But more importantly, the target Actually, it's kind of the same target because we took it from there. So let me put that back on. So let me show this. Because when we do breakout, it's going to be from this breakout point, and like I said, it's just going to go a little bit higher, so it's about $43. So that's going to be your main target off the breakout of this wedge when it happens. So I'm going to take that off. So when we do get a true breakout, right, that's the target. But again, like any breakout, the right way to play this is going to be something like this. Wait for the breakout, wait for it to hit its head probably on that zone right there, or maybe that gap fill, and then it's going to come back down and retest, and then there you go. You're off to the races. So that's the right way to play this. Is we're probably going to come up maybe gap fill right here when this does finally happen, right? So this is what you're going to want to be looking for. So you have that gap fill right there. The true, actually the close is right here. Sorry about that. There you go. So gap fill would be here, right? It would overshoot this high by a little bit, and that's where I would be looking to take profits if you're in it, or if you plan on getting into it early here on the come. Definitely that gap fill, because we're likely going to get this rejection, and we're going to get a retest here, and that retest, whether it's here or it's here, right? Could be there, guys. Just so you know, fully expect it to. Which wouldn't surprise me at all. You know, we might get it here, might get it here at this median line, but more likely, it depends on how big this breakout is. I mean, there's a lot of factors. That's why you have to analyze charts on a daily basis, because things change, right? So you have, you can get a mild pullback, and you could just hit this shelf here, but this would honestly be the ideal spot to get into this trade, assuming you don't get in early. And if you do, like I said, sell there and then wait for that retrace. So that's kind of what I have for you on this chart. RSI looks good, FYI. Curled over, stochastics are going up. So tomorrow, hopefully we see, let me take this off. Hopefully we see some follow through on this move, because we want confirmation. Now let me show you what confirmation looks like. So we're clearly going to get this close. Okay, so the market closed. So we do have a breakout of this wedge. I don't like it a lot. As a true breakout, because it's one, weak volume. Two, we didn't close at the highs. So what we're going to want to see tomorrow is we're going to want to see a close over this high right here, a confirming candle close above this high on big volume. If we get that tomorrow, then like I said, Moderna is off to the races to 31, potentially higher, but I think this gap fill, and then I think we're going to get our retrace. So that's kind of what I have for you. That's how I'm going to play it. Again, no financial advice given, only for educational purposes. So if you like the content today, you like my technical analysis, and you like to see more of this in real time as market opportunities present themselves, smash that like button, show me some love so I can know that you guys like it, and I'll keep doing these. Plus, it helps with my channel, growing it. It's a new channel, but I'm committed to doing 2 of these a day. So subscribe to the channel, tick that little bell. You'll get notified in real time, because as you can see here, I'm bringing you setups as they come that can definitely make you money. Obviously, no financial advice, but do your own due diligence. But yeah, that's what I have for you guys. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Hit that like button. Thanks, guys. Cheers. Bye.